I love numbers. I know it sounds a little bit dorky, but I really do. Numbers are compact and informative, so I can just quickly grab the information and move on. How beautiful and efficient is that? With this, my love for numbers, I ended up studying population. Of course, population is about a number of people. I really like the feeling when I talk about a lot of people using very compact and simple numbers. When I came to Utah State to study population in 2010 from South Korea, the high suicide mortality rate in my home country was a huge social and demographic problem. A statistic was saying that 41 out of 100 deaths among young people in my age were caused by suicide. I wanted to know what was going on. To study population and suicide, you go to Department of Sociology, where I did my master's and PhD at USU. And I thought I need a little bit more numbers in my life, so I went to Department of Statistics and did another master's degree over there. So I'm in between. Some people call me an interdisciplinary researcher. The training at the stat department was not easy, but very exciting. I have numbers, I have coffee, excitement guaranteed. But the real crisis came when I had to take qualitative research class in sociology department. Because that class required me to go out to the field, meet people, talk to them, and spend some time with them. And I suck at talking people. I'm especially not very good at people who talk a lot. I just don't know what information that I should focus on. It just does not feel very efficient to me. Can you just say yes or no so that I can code the U 0 and 1 in my brain and just move on? But that class required me to spend at least 44 hours for doing that. As expected, I struggled so much. But today, I want to share how that special experience had changed my perspective. Talking to people and spending some time with them meant I went into the number that I was using every day. And from up close, I was able to see what I had never seen before. For example, even for suicide at the same age, the cause and context may be very different. So they're all suicide, but they may not be the same death caused by a single factor. For the first time, I learned that a single number can represent a multiple individual and social problems at the same time. I also heard stories from family and friends after the suicide occurred. And I learned that they live in pain for a long time, beating themselves so hard for not recognizing that their people were thinking about killing themselves. And that has something to do with social stigma imposed by our society on suicide. We think that there is a certain type of people who commit suicide, people who look depressed, people who experience divorce or layoff or domestic violence. Because of this belief, our society tends to blame family or friends for not taking good care of them. However, qualitative studies were saying a little bit different thing. For a lot of cases, people who are thinking about committing suicide look just normal. They have good family, good friends, and good jobs. They may look just fine even the day before they commit suicide. Even for cases when they are sending some help signs, they are very minor. So if you are not very sensitive about the person's difference, it could be easily ignored. And you may already experience that. Even though we love our family and friends so much, it is not always easy to fully understand what they are thinking. Loving someone in real life is not that simple. However, once the suicide occurs, the consequences are huge, and the pain lasts for a long time. After knowing these stories, I came back to this same number 41. Now I can feel the sadness and pain that thousands of people are suffering from. And that became a huge motivation of my research because I wanted to make a real difference with what I was doing. Numbers are numbers, but when you listen to stories, you can be more sensitive. And then you can see more things from the same numbers. Our relationship with other people may work in a similar way. Staying with them, spending a little bit longer time with them, may give us that sensitivity that we need to recognize that small help sign that they may be sending to us. Isn't that the way that we can prevent the further tragedy in the future? We are always busy. We may be busier in the future. But don't forget to spend enough time with your number and people you care. Drag out real stories. Stay sensitive about what is really going on in there by doing that. It may feel counterproductive. It may feel not efficient. However, in the end, it will be worth it because that is how we get a chance to make a real difference. Thank you.